Untuk mama sendiri atau polypterus ini dia itu cukup hardy sih. Jadi untuk range airnya sendiri bisa toleransi agak jauh. Jadi mungkin beberapa ikan cuma bisa di pH basah atau cuma bisa di pH asam. Dia bisa di pH sekitar 5 sampai 8 itu dia masih oke.
Ya, orang memanggil Raja Dangdut itu ya saya sendiri nggak tahu sejak kapan ya. Tapi kan semua itu yang masyarakat.
Ya, maksudnya waktu aku workshop lagu itu aku ngerasa kayak ini relate banget sama aku. Jadi yaudah deh aku ambil.
At the age of 21, Leodra can be considered one of the brightest singers in the Indonesian music industry. Despite the fierce competition, Leodra stands out as one of the most prominent artists.
Happy anniversary to Southeast Asia today. Your efforts in delivering quality content and fostering cross-cultural understanding between Southeast Asia and the wider world, including Finland and Europe, are invaluable. Wishing you continued success in the years ahead.
Welcome back to Spotlight, ladies and gentlemen, where we bring guys all these different sports you can do and try here in Indonesia.
National competition ini adalah kompetisi dart, jadi sirkuit nasional olahraga dart pertama dan satu-satunya di Indonesia.
Welcome to the C Morning Show right here on C Today. Now, passengers of a traditional Joloro boat, which traverse the route between Kodingaren Island and also Bangkok, sank just south of Samalona Island on Friday. Now, 4 passengers were thrown overboard when the vessel was struck by strong waves.
The Makassar Search and Rescue Agency used a rigid buoyancy boat, or RBB, to conduct a search on the accident site. The Joloro boat carried 4 on board en route from Kodingaren Island to Bangkok Pier.
Authorities saved 3 passengers before rescuing 25-year-old Mutmaina, who was found after an hour of searching. 35-year-old Imelda, 30-year-old Jalil, 5-year-old Kinar were all found by passing fishermen and transferred to a rescue vessel. The search has since concluded after rescuers found and saved all passengers.
Kami laporkan satu buah kecelakaan kapal Joloro dengan rute Pulau Kodingaren ke dermaga Kayu Bangkoa dilaporkan tenggelam di sebelah selatan Pulau Samalona pada hari Jumat siang. Tim rescue Kantor SAR Makassar bersama Potensi SAR atau tim SAR gabungan segera melakukan pencarian dengan menggunakan RBB ke lokasi kecelakaan kapal.
Police recently raided a hotel which was used as a venue for a drug party in Pekanbaru, Riau. They also detained 21 university students as well as high school students for using narcotics.
The Riau Regional Police Narcotics Directorate recently detained 21 teenagers and minors who conducted a drug party at a hotel in Pekanbaru, Riau. They were detained when hotel guests grew suspicious of tens of teenagers staying in 2 rooms. The police moved swiftly and found several youths using ecstasy as well as dried marijuana leaves. 3 of the 21 suspects were found to be students. Authorities also found that the students were using narcotics following urine tests.
Dari hasil penggerbekan kami temukan ada total 21 orang yang terdiri dari perempuan dan laki-laki. Dari 21 orang itu kemudian kami lakukan tes urin, ada 14 yang dinyatakan positif narkoba, ekstasi dan ganja. Ya, sisanya negatif. Di antara 21 orang itu pun ada 3 orang yang masih di bawah umur. Ya, yang di bawah umur kita pisahkan, tidak ada di sini, kita taruh di tempat lain. Ada 1 di antara yang di bawah umur itu positif menggunakan ekstasi. Inilah yang menjadi kekhawatiran kami terhadap para generasi muda, khususnya di Pekanbaru ini, yang sedikit banyak mulai terpengaruh dengan narkoba.
The students are still being detained at the Riau Regional Police Headquarters and will undergo rehabilitation. They have also been charged with violating Article 112 regarding narcotics and may face 4 years in prison.
Now moving on to our next story, the Attorney General's office arrested a former Supreme Court official identified with the initials ZR in Jimbaran, Bali on Thursday afternoon. The suspect was arrested for his involvement in the acquittal of Ronald Tanur, who was convicted for assaulting his girlfriend to death.
Bali Provincial Prosecutor's Office Law Enforcement Section Head Putu Eka Sabana confirmed the arrest of former Supreme Court official with initials ZR on Friday afternoon. The Attorney General's office sent a team to arrest the suspect and bring him in for preliminary examination.
He was then flown to Jakarta after undergoing those examinations that lasted from the afternoon to the evening. The suspect was arrested in connection with Ronald Tanur's release verdict. Meanwhile, Ronald Tanur himself was convicted for abusing his partner, Dini Sera Afrianti, to death.
Memang benar, di malam ada tim dari penyidik Kejaksaan Agung mengamankan, menangkap satu orang di sekitar daerah Jimbaran. Kemudian yang bersangkutan dibawa ke kantor Kejaksaan Tinggi untuk dilakukan pemeriksaan awal. Dan tadi pagi langsung dibawa ke Jakarta.
A former Supreme Court official identified with the initials ZR has been taken into custody by the Attorney General's office.
ZR is suspected of being involved in committing bribery to secure the acquittal of Ronald Tanur in a murder case.
Zia was initially questioned at the Bali Provincial Prosecutor's Office before he was transferred to Jakarta for further investigation. Authorities believe the suspect may have played a role in coordinating bribes to 3 Surabaya District Court judges who delivered an acquittal for Tanur. Ronald Tanur is the son of prominent politician Edward Tanur. He has been accused for murdering his lover, Dini Sera Afrianti. The initial verdict was handed down on July 24 and cleared Tanur of charges. This took place after the judges stated that alternate causes of death were possible. However, this decision sparked public outrage as witnesses testified that Tanur indeed assaulted his lover. Widespread protest prompted the victim's family to seek justice through the Judicial Commission, which led to a Supreme Court review. The Supreme Court overturned the original acquittal and sentenced Tanur to 5 years in prison on October 22. Meanwhile, the Attorney General's office has launched an investigation into the 3 judges involved in the acquittal. They have been identified with the initials ED, M, and HH. The judges were arrested following the discovery of large sums of money in multiple currencies found in their homes. In addition to the judges, Tanur's lawyer, identified with the initials LR, was also detained after cash and transaction documents were found in her apartment in Jakarta.
Pada hari Kamis, tanggal 24 Oktober 2024, sekitar jam 22.00 WITA, tim penyidik pada Jaksa Agung Muda Tindak Pidana Khusus telah melakukan penangkapan terhadap ZN, mantan pejabat tinggi Mahkamah Agung, yaitu yang bersangkutan pernah menjabat sebagai Kepala Badan Diklat Hukum dan Peradilan Mahkamah Agung, yang mana diduga keras telah melakukan tindak pidana korupsi, yaitu melakukan perbuatan jahat untuk melakukan suap bersama dengan LR selaku pengacara Ronald Tanur terkait penanganan perkara tindak pidana umum atas nama terdakwa Ronald Tanur.
Meanwhile, the former Supreme Court official's role in the alleged bribery scheme is now under further scrutiny as authorities continue to connect the dots.
The investigation director of the Special Crimes Deputy Attorney General recently named a former Supreme Court official as the new suspect in a bribery case related to the acquittal of Gregorius Ronald Tanur.
The investigators confiscated cash in various currencies worth nearly 1 trillion rupiahs and also 51 kgs of precious metals. The money was allegedly obtained from Ronald Tanur's lawyer and from gratitudes during the suspect's tenure at the Supreme Court.
The investigation director of the Special Crimes Deputy Attorney General arrested former Supreme Court official Za'rof Richard at a hotel in Bali on Thursday night. The 62-year-old man remained silent while being escorted by authorities to the Attorney General's detention car on Friday. He will be detained for the next 20 days after being named a suspect following an intensive examination.
Richard was arrested following the case development and information from Ronald Tanur's attorney with the initials LR, who had previously been named as a suspect. The two suspects allegedly bribed 3 district court judges with the initials SA and S with 5 billion rupiahs. The money was to uphold the Surabaya District Court decision to acquit Ronald Tanur. Richard himself was promised a reward of 1 billion rupiah by LR.
The investigators confiscated the pile of money worth 920 billion rupiahs from Ricard's residence in South Jakarta on Thursday night. Now, this money is strongly believed to be the result of gratuities during ZR's tenure at the Supreme Court, including those from Ronald Tanur's attorney, which was intended to be used to bribe Supreme Court judges.
The investigators also confiscated 51 kilograms of precious metals. Based on the results of examination, the suspect became a case broker in the Supreme Court from 2012 to 2022. The money from the gratification was then kept in a safe at his residence before it was finally confiscated by the investigators.
Untuk melakukan suap tersebut, saudara ZR pada saat menjabat sebagai kapus diklat tadi ya saya katakan, menerima gratifikasi pengurusan perkara-perkara di Mahkamah Agung dalam bentuk berbagai macam uang, ada yang rupiah dan ada yang mata uang asing. Sebagaimana kita lihat di depan ini, yang seluruhnya jika dikonversi dalam bentuk rupiah sejumlah 920 miliar 912 juta 303.714 rupiah. Dan emas batangan seberat 51 kilogram.
And now let's take a break. When we return, we will have more updates from around Southeast Asia, so stay right here with us on See Today.
Cerita menarik seputar barista yang ada di kedai kopi kamu. Percaya nggak sih ada orang yang nggak buang sampah selama hampir 20 tahun?
Kita punya metode. Jadi sampah-sampah dapur yang begitu bermasalah bagi orang lain, bagi kami justru kita putuskan.
Rumah Oma Cafe ini adalah tempat pertama yang menjadikan para lansia untuk menjadi pramusaji. Bersama saya Indi Barens di Teman Bicara.
Hello citizens, I am Wisnu Tama, the chairman of Telkomsel. Happy 4th anniversary to See Today. I hope that See Today continues to enlighten and inspire us all through its commitment to producing world-class content and showcasing Indonesia's unique global perspective. Here's to many more years of expanding horizon and seeing the world through the eyes of Indonesia. See Indonesia, see the world, see today.
Ya mungkin namanya rumah sinari bumi juga tiba-tiba dari istri saya karena banyak cahaya yang masuk gitu di rumahnya. Jadi kita namakan saja lah rumahnya rumah sinari bumi.
Modern tropis dengan sentuhan Jepang dan Skandinavian.
Nah sebenarnya kalau Japandi itu kenapa agak naik daun? Karena menurutku nggak dihabis masa gitu. Kapanpun bisa dipakai, kapanpun bisa kita gunakan temanya.
Seni itu udah jalan hidup saya ya Mas ya.
Bisa bertahan di dunia kesenian. Bagi saya itu udah sesuatu yang sangat mewah.
Mungkin ada yang bilang, apa sih gunanya seni itu gitu. Tapi buktinya sendiri, seni masih ada.
Tapi ya seni itu ya hidup. Kita hidup di dalam seni, kita membangun seni itu sendiri. Jadi kita menjadi satu, bahwa kita hidup di dalam seni.
What's happening now?
President Prabowo Subianto and Vice President Gibran Rakabuming Raka that took their oaths of office at the Parliament building earlier today.
Exclusive interviews and all the latest in entertainment.
We don't talk only about the money, but we talk about the timing.
Spice up your afternoon with a variety of up-to-date information.
Buenos Aires, Argentina, where Liam Payne passed away on Thursday.
Don't miss it, the 3-hour news show, every day at 5 p.m.
Sabaidi, greetings from the Indonesian Embassy in Vientiane, Laos. Saya today, many congratulations on your 4th anniversary. Sok Samwan Kop Hop City. On this special occasion, I would like to commend Seas today excellent work in delivering quality content and in fostering cross-cultural understanding between Southeast Asia communities and the wider world. I wish you all success in your future endeavor.
And welcome back to the C Morning Show, where it's time to see what's making headlines across Southeast Asia. Yasha?
First up, from the Philippines, where the Supreme Court has affirmed the life imprisonment of South Korean pastor Si Young-oh, who was involved in trafficking minors. He was convicted of luring 3 teenagers under the false promise of free theological education, but then forced them to labor. This case highlights the gravity of human trafficking and the protection of minors. Pastor Si Young-oh, also known as Steve O, was arrested in 2013 following a joint operation by the Department of Social Welfare